Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy HD MMA back at it again with another video. I'm pulling my notes up. Back at it again with another video. And your eyes do not deceive you. I am early on this one. I'm uploading this a day before I usually do. Coming at y'all on a fucking Thursday instead of a Friday. Usually I'm getting fucking better at this. Like usually I would come out on a Friday because these fight cards have been a little bit you know, bit more fucking, what's the word, a bit harder to predict with like some of these prospects, but a lot of these guys are very easy. A lot of these fights are very have very clear endings, not that hard to predict. Y'all will see which ones they are as I go through each and every fight. But yeah, we got Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. Arman Tsarukyan. He's a really great fighter. He really is. This guy, he's a really great guy. You know, I seen him fight earlier. He's really good. He really is. You know, I really do believe that. Now we got Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker in the main event. I'll be going through each and every fight on this card, starting from the early prelims, heading off to that main event, and let's just get started. Ignore my family in the background because they're yapping about some bullshit. But yeah, we first fight, we got Marek Bajul. This guy's Polish. I do not understand how to fucking pronounce these Polish guys' names. I'll have to hear it when the fight starts. I do not understand. When I research for these fights, I watch with the commentary off because I cannot stand fight commentary. When it's the actual commentators doing it, I can't stand it. So yeah, we got Marek Bajul versus Denzel. I almost said Daniel. Denzel Freeman. I'm going with Denzel Freeman on this one. I'm going by round 1 TKO. I just think Freeman, he's way more well-rounded than Marek. I'm just gonna call him Marek. He's way more well-rounded. He has way better striking. Marek, he's really just kind of a grappler. He kind of just tries to get you down as early as possible, shoots in, tries to get you down and just ground and pound you. That's what most of his wins are, from ground and pound on top. That's what he really likes to do. I haven't really seen like any of his striking at all. He's kind of just like gets in his little default stance and just shoots in immediately on your hips, and that's worked for a lot of him. A lot of his fights, he's undefeated since heavyweight. You know, they're fucking, you know, they're like the heavyweight is like the fucking, like the little fish on the Charles Darwin like evolution charts, when it shows like the fish, then like the monkey, then the fucking monkey standing up, then it goes to the human. That's the MMA is like, I mean, heavyweight MMA, it's like the fish version. In like the MMA world, it's so like uninvolved to where you can just shoot a takedown in the first round and just get on top and just ground and pound your opponent to a TKO finish. But I think Freeman, he's very like athletic. He bounces around on his toes a lot. He is very like kind of has that like karate kind of style, like bounces around, uses movement, kind of tries to counter you when you come in. He does that to a lot of his opponents, and he has a Greco-Roman wrestling background. You'll see him in his fights. He'll like throw these heavyweights around with like lat drops and German suplexes and shit like that. He's very good with those, and I think he can defend the takedowns of Marek, especially early. I think he can defend the takedowns, kind of get up from the bottom and kind of force Marek to stand with him. And I think and the striking, Freeman is going to be the way better striker. He's going to be able to land on Marek, who's just kind of, you know, gets in his little stance. Doesn't really have that much striking offense. He doesn't even set up his takedowns with like some boxing or whatever, or even like a kick. So yeah, I think he can force Freeman can force Morak to stand with him and piece him up in the striking, and I think that's gonna lead to a first round TKO for Freeman. So yeah, I'm going with Freeman first round TKO. Moving on, we got close this out. Moving on, we got. I'm so happy that there's no like ads at the bottom of this page. Moving on, we got Narello Alayov versus Shamrock. That's such a fucking. That's like the most Irish name you could ever fucking think of, and you put it on a fucking Englishman. That's funny to me, but yeah, I'm going with Shamrock by a third round sub. With Narullo, I think he's very strong and athletic, but that's really kind of it. He's very technically underdeveloped, really just kind of shit when it comes to the technique of all of his of his fighting game, of his like style. He kind of just blitzes at you with these long extended like looping combinations. Doesn't really set up anything. He's not really, measured doing the outside foot battle kind of shit. He just blitzes at you, and when it comes to the grappling, he kind of just like muscles you around. I think in the fight I watched of him in preparation of this video, he tried to lift this guy up. His last opponent, Joe Solicki, he lifted up Solicki and just kind of dropped Solicki onto himself. He like lifted him up, and he fell backwards, and Solicki just landed on Narullo as he was falling. So not very technically sound, but very strong and athletic. And he kind of does slow down when it goes into the later rounds. And Shamrock, he is a very slick submission artist, and he's decent on the feet. I think he can, I think he's tough. He can evade he can endure like the looping combinations of Alayov as he's coming in, and in the grappling, I think as the fight goes on, he can sort of reverse position on Alayov, kind of use defend the takedowns as the fight goes on, and I think he can sneak in like a back take. And Alayov's his fucking defensive grappling is really shit. He was getting taken down by Solicki whenever Solicki tried. Whenever Solicki tried to take Alayov down, he was taking him down. So I think he can, as the fight goes on, I think Shamrock can take down Alayov as he slows down, and I think he can get around to the back really slickly and sneak in like a rear naked on Alayov, which he has really slick submissions. He's in good back takes. He can I think he can pull that off quite confidently. So yeah, I'm going with Shamrock by a third round sub, rear naked. Yeah, rear naked sub or rear naked choke submission. Moving on to the next fight, we got Ismail Nuradiyov versus Ryan Luter. I'm going with what am I going with? Goddamn, I'm going with Nuradiyov by decision. I think Nuradiyov, he has better striking than Luter, although he is like kind of plotty with it, and I also think he has good takedown defense. Luter is a grappler. That's how he won the Ultimate Fighter. Got Robert Valentin in that crucifix and kind of just battered on him, and he that's what he tried to do with fucking Asmat Bakoyev in this fight with him. But yeah, I think Nuradiyov can stuff the takedowns of Luter, and I think he can piece him up on the feet. In the striking, Luter, he was like getting broken very easily by Asmat Bakoyev, who is good, but I think Nuradiyov, who has the experience on Luter, he was in the UFC, got cut, then he came back, and I think he's on I don't think he's on a win streak. He might be on. He's coming off a win, I think, but I don't think he's on a win streak. But I think the experience of Nurdayev in the striking, kind of with the kicks too. I think he has better kicks than Luter. Or is it Luter or Loader? It might be Loader. But I'm gonna say Loader. But I think Nurdayev, he has good kicks too, good body kick too that he can use in this fight. And I think he can just piece Luter up, defend the takedowns, and just go to a decision with that. And he has a good amount of fights, but he's also young. He's not even 30, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I think he can just do that. And I also think he can overwhelm Luter a bit. He does, when Luter gets backed up, he does just kind of shell up in that high guard and kind of just takes his lumps with that. So yeah, I think he can take down. I think he can fucking defend the takedowns, piece him up on the feet, and go to a decision with that. So I'm going with Ismail Nurdayev by UD. Moving on, we got Boxet Almakhan. Goddamn, Boxet Almakhan versus Alexandre Topuria. Fucking Topuria. I'm going with fucking Topuria by unanimous decision. I think he's slicker with the boxing than Almakhan, who does kind of get wild. He does swing wild. He did like drop Umar with like a wild kind of overhand. I think Topuria, he's more technical, but I think Almakhan has more power in the hands. I think and I also feel like for some reason in this fight, I feel like Almakhan he can like, I feel like he'll hurt Topuria in this fight, or like drop him with like a high kick as Topuria's kind of bobbing his head side to side or slipping his head off the center line. I think Almakhan at some point in this fight will like hurt him or rock him with hurt him or drop him, or like shake him up with like a high kick as Topuria kind of like maybe leans into it as fucking when he's like slipping off the center line, getting his head off the center line to like set up his punches. But I also think Topuria can control Almakhan on the ground. He has been controlled by like Umar and somebody else. Almakhan, I think Topuria can control him on the ground, get takedowns on him, back him up against the cage, kind of get takedowns on him there. And I think he's also slicker in the boxing than Almakhan. So I think he's gonna use those assets, use those tools of his game, and go to a decision in this fight. I don't think he's gonna knock Almakhan out cold. But yeah, I'm going with Topuria by the unanimous decision. Get takedowns, kind of piece him up in the boxing in moments on the feet. I think Almakhan can, get up from bottom and stuff like that. I think he can escape, but when it comes to overall, out the duration of the fight, I think he's kind of just going to get taken down and kind of controlled, and then piece up on the boxing. And maybe with like we'll see like another like fat suplex from fucking Topuria, like he did on fucking Colby Thickness. But yeah, I got Topuria by unanimous decision. Now this fight, you remember when I said in the intro that some of these fights weren't that hard to predict? We got fucking Abdul Rahman Yakyov versus Rafael Corsaro or some shit like that. I didn't fucking figure out how to pronounce this guy's name, and it's not gonna really matter because fucking I got fucking Abdul over here by a round 1 knockout. or round one TKO to be exact. Look at this fucking favorite. I'm not sure if y'all can see this. I might have to zoom in on it in the editing bay, but look at this fucking, look at the odds on this shit, bro. Minus 3,000 favorite at the time I'm recording this. A fucking minus 3,000 favorite. You've got to be kidding me. This is like Ateba Gautier levels. This is Ateba Gautier versus Tristan Vines level of fucking or Trayshawn Vines or whatever his name was. Whatever the fucking kid's name was. This is fucking that like level of odds making like favoritism. I think the UFC is gonna fucking push this guy to be like the next star out of Turkey. He's from Turkey, as y'all can see. I think they're gonna like push this guy to be like the Turkish star or whatever the fuck they wanna make this guy out to be. But yeah, we got Rafael over here who's coming off a 3-fight loss streak, 2 of them being like by brutal KO, and he just lost to Johnny Walker. So yeah, they want fucking Abdul over here to just run through this guy, which I think he's gonna do. I think he's just gonna back him up to the fence, back Rafael up into the fence, land a flurry, and like just KO him in the first round. So yeah, I got that by I got fucking Abdul by round 1 TKO. Moving on to a fight I want to see. A fight I really want to see. We got fucking Alex Perez versus Asu Amabayev. I'm going with Alex Perez actually. This is my little sneaky underdog pick. Sneaky underdog pick of the card. We always gotta have one. And mine is Alex Perez for this card. I think Alex Perez, I think he has more power in the hands than Amabayev. And I also think he's like more aggressive. He's more active. He can push a pace more than Amabayev. He kind of just like waits for you to come in and kind of counter strikes you when he's on the feet. And I think Perez, he's gonna be durable when he gets in there. He's gonna be durable, and he's gonna be coming at you. He's gonna be rushing you with like looping combinations. He's gonna be measuring with that jab, like he always does. He just throws out fucking a double jab into thin air. He's gonna be coming at you with combinations. He's gonna have power in the hands. I don't know how he's gonna perform. That's my only concern in this fight. I don't know how he's gonna perform coming off the fucking that injury that he got in the fucking Tatsuro Taira fight. With the gruesome knee pop. But I'm assuming since he's coming back and he's fighting again, he's healed up and he's gonna sort of be more like himself, other than just like a fucking something else that we've never seen before. So he's gonna do shit that we've never seen him do. So yeah, and he's gonna come out with the leg kicks. That's something he's also gonna have. He has brutal leg kicks, Perez. And I think he can defend the takedowns of Amabayev. That's something Amabayev will do. And Amabayev, he has been caught in guillotines and stuff while trying to shoot, like on fucking Mateus Nicolau. And Alex Perez, he has nasty like front headlock attacks. He has a good anaconda choke and shit like that. He'll roll for. So yeah, I think Amabayev is kind of fucked on all fronts in this one, with in all assets of the game. I think Pereira's got it. He's got him beat on the power, and if he tries to shoot, I think Pereira will threaten like some front headlocks, some anacondas, some guillotines, shit like that. So yeah, I'm going with Alex Perez by did I say Pereira before? I might have. I think I'm going with Perez by UD as a sneaky little underdog, and he gets back to the fucking to the top 5, or no. He gets back to on a little title run maybe, or maybe at least a top 5 contendership, because I think he's number 7 and Almabayev's number 8 in the rankings at flyweight. So yeah, I think he gets back. Perez, golly. Perez, he's only lost to like top level guys in the flyweight division. He's lost to fucking Figueiredo, Pantoja, I can't remember, was it Moreno that he lost to? It might have been Moreno. God, I don't know. It might have been Moreno and Tyra, who's very good. So he only loses to really like good guys. So yeah, I got him by UD. Moving on. We got Nicholas Dalby versus Sagid Uzagakmayev. I'm going with Uzagakmayev by second round sub. I think first off, Dalby, he's very aggressive. He's 41. He's getting up there in age. The last fucking Danish man to ever have a set of balls, a pair of balls. Yeah, I think Dalby, he comes to fight always. He's very wild, very aggressive, very tough. He comes at you, but he does, he has a bad takedown defense. He has been taken down by like Bonfim and shit. When he fought him, he's been taken down by Bonfim. He does, scramble, but he also wrestles up. He wrestles up when he scrambles, and he is kind of open to neck attacks. And I think that's the path Uzagakmayev is going to take. He is, a Team Habib NPC. He's one of those guys. He will get on you in the grappling, stall you out with that, and he also has a lot of submissions on his record. He has like a front headlock. I think a Bravo choke, something like that. He does have that on his record. So I think if Dalby tries to scramble up on him and like wrestle up on him, I think Uzagakmayev will jump on a front headlock attack, a Darce, Bravo, something like that, or an Anaconda, some front headlock attack, and I think he will submit Dalby for that. So yeah, I think Uzagakmayev, he'll submit Dalby with one of those, and he will also just like lay on top of you in your guard for like 15 minutes straight. He will do that. He will avoid a fight if the going gets tough, and if he does, get you down with a takedown, which I think he absolutely will in this fight. So yeah, I'm going with Uzagakmayev by second round sub. Moving on to the headliner of the prelims, we got Bogdan Grad versus Luke Riley. I'm going with Luke Riley by second round TKO. Bogdan Grad, whatever his name is, Bogdan Grad. He's chinny, bro. He is kind of chinny. He does have a weird shaped head, which I don't think is gonna affect his fighting, but I just wanted to mention that. He does have a very weird shaped head, and he is chinny. He does also look kind of retarded too, not gonna lie. He has good kicks though, which I see him throwing like body kicks, leg kicks, teeps, all that shit. And Luke Riley, he reminds me of Pimblett, bro. Like Luke Riley, he reminds me of Pimblett, except like he has good boxing instead of Pimblett. He has good boxing. Bogdan Grad, he will like overextend with his punches a lot. That's something you saw in like the Naimov fight. He was overextending over his own lead leg, and I think Luke Riley, he can back him up with pressure. That's something Luke Riley does. He does like pressure a lot on the front foot. He will I think he'll back up Bogdan with the pressure, and I think he'll put hands on him when he gets to the when they get like up against the cage. Luke Riley, he does have a very good flurry with the hooks. He will get in on close to you and just rip hooks to your fucking head and body. And I think he'll do that with in this fight with Bogdan Grad. And I think he's also more durable than Grad. And I think he'll just, put hands on him and finish him when it goes to the second round. It takes him a little bit. It takes Luke Riley a little bit to kind of find his rhythm with the boxing. But I do think once he finds it, he'll back Grad up to the cage and just let it rip on his ass with the hooks and put him down and finish him. So I've got Luke Riley by that round 2 TKO. Moving on to the main card, we got Tagir Ulanbekov versus Kyoji Horiguchi. I'm going with fucking Ulanbekov by unanimous decision. So if y'all don't know, let me school you on this. Look, no. Kyoji Horiguchi, he's kind of a legend in the game over in the Japan area of mixed martial arts. He's a rising guy. He was cut from the UFC back when in the Demetrius Johnson era. That place he did fight Demetrius or DJ when Demetrius was champion. He fought him, lost the fight, went on a win streak, and just dipped out over to Japan and over to Ryzen. And now he's coming back to the UFC. And I don't think it's going to go good for him, to be honest with y'all. So over there in Ryzen, they got a very, I wouldn't say different. It's similar, but they make one tweak that is major. And Kyoji Horiguchi, he uses that one tweak, and it is not going to be available to him in this fight, which is the knees to a grounded opponent. Blah. God damn. The knees to the face of a grounded opponent. That's what I'm fucking trying to say. He can't do knees to the face of a grounded opponent in this fight, or in the UFC at all, which is going to be a big thing when it comes to how he fights and how he does damage in this fight. He uses that a lot. If you watch his Ryzen fights, whenever he gets guys in that front headlock position, he almost just always spams knees to the head. Once he gets into like a side control position as well, he also spams knees to the head, and that's not gonna be available to him here. And I think Tagir Ulanbekov, not to mention, he also lost to fucking Patchy Mix, bro. This guy lost to Patchy Mix, Kyoji Horiguchi, and fucking Kyle Sakura. So this is not looking well for him. And he also the cage wrestling is also going to be a big thing too in this fight. Tagir Ulanbekov, he will, another Team Habib NPC, he will like fucking stall you up against the cage, get you in a body lock up against the cage. He will do that. That's something they don't do in Ryzen. They fight in a ring, and they also have guys like pull on the ropes of the ring to make sure fighters don't like grab it and shit. And the stalling up against the cage, that's something he's not going to be used to, which Tagir Ulanbekov will do. And he's also at a major like height and reach disadvantage in this fight. And I think he's also fucking, mixing up my words. He's also very open, Kyoji Horiguchi. He got clipped coming in his last fight against fucking Zulu. He got clipped a lot, like multiple times coming in, trying to close distance against Zulu. And he got stunned by him too. And I think Tagir Ulanbekov can do something similar. He can clip Kyoji Horiguchi as he comes in, trying to close distance and tries to, shoot on him. And I think Tagir Ulanbekov can defend the takedowns of Kyoji Horiguchi, and I also think he can take down Kyoji Horiguchi since he's kind of bigger than him. And yeah, and he can. I think Horiguchi can also. I think he can throw up submissions from the bottom. That's what I also think he can do. Kind of like what Alan Nascimento did with Tagir Ulanbekov, like throw up triangles and shit like that. But I think Horiguchi will be less active with it. I don't think he'll like spam it as much as Nascimento, to where he was like every time Ulanbekov got him down, he was throwing up triangles, getting the Kimura grip, getting fucking, what else? Getting like into a go-go plata, like rubber guard kind of thing. I don't think he'll do that as much. I think he'll like wait for a few seconds, like in half guard. Once Ulanbekov gets him down, he'll like wait a couple seconds, maybe throw up a triangle, get his guard back, then like wait a few more seconds, and it adds up. Those 10 seconds, it becomes like a minute and shit like that, and it'll just add up for control time in favor of Ulanbekov. And I think Ulanbekov will just do that till to a decision. So yeah, I got Ulanbekov by split decision. I also think Horiguchi, he might land like a good flurry on Ulanbekov in some moments of the fight, but I think it's gonna be all Ulanbekov for this fight. So yeah, I got him. Moving on, we got, bro. If you're hardcore, you know. If you're hardcore, you know. If you're a fucking hardcore, you know. We got fucking mate Sergey Spivak, mate. He's a great fighter. He really is. When I fought fucking Sergey Spivak, he didn't poke me bloody eyes out, mate. I can't fucking see. He didn't poke me bloody eyes out. I could fucking see in that fight, and I fought him. He's a great fighter. He really is. We got Sergey Spivak versus Shamil the Blob to end all blobs Gaziev. In all seriousness, I'm going with Spivak. I'm going with Spivak by round 1 sub. I just think, we all know when it comes to Shamil, he's shit, bro. He is shit. He is dog shit. And I just think Spivak will take him down and sub him by whatever sub he wants. Like armbar, back take, rear naked choke, all that shit. I just think that's how the shit's gonna go. Yeah, I'm going with I'm gonna say Gaziev. I'm going with Spivak. Not much to say about this shit, bro. Not much to say at all. Moving on. We got Jack Hermanson versus Maktabek Orboy. I'm going with Jack Hermanson on this one. Jack Hermanson, he's moving down to welterweight to fight Orboy, who I don't even think Orboy is a welterweight. I think he's a lightweight, to be honest. I know he has like a shit ton of catch fights and whatever, but I think he is a lightweight that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I think Orboy, I don't even know if he knows there's like a lightweight division. I think he just fights at whatever weight he's at currently. I don't even think he like cuts weight and shit like that. I show up to fight. That's fucking that's Orboy. Yeah, I think Jack Hermanson, he wasn't a small like middleweight in my opinion. I don't think he was a small middleweight that was like getting out grappled and muscled around by the guys at middleweight. I just think he's just not finding success there, and he's moving down for a better career path. And I think he's too big for Orboy. Like I said, Orboy, I think he's a lightweight, and I think Hermanson, he's gonna be able to defend and shuck off the takedowns of Orboy. Jesus, I think that sparring session fucked me up more than I thought. I'm gonna cut that out. Fucking I think Hermanson is gonna be able to defend the takedowns of Uruguay and kind of make Uruguay stand. And I think on the feet, Hermanson, he has decent boxing. And I think he can piece up Uruguay on the feet. Uruguay, he was going fucking life and death with Mateusz Rebecki, who got pieced up and fucking stunned all over the place by Ludovic Klein. So yeah, I think fucking Jack Hermanson can defend the takedowns, defend the grappling of Uruguay, and piece him up on the feet with the boxing to a unanimous decision. I think Uruguay, I think he's tough enough to survive a decision with Hermanson, who doesn't really hit that hard. So yeah, I got Hermanson by unanimous decision. Moving on to the featured fight of the card, we got Volkan Oezdemir versus fucking Alonzo Menifield. Jesus, fucking losing my train of thought all over the place. I got Volkan Oezdemir by jeez, my notes. I got Volkan Oezdemir by round 1 TKO. I think Alonzo Menifield, he just bum rushes you in the fight. That's really all he does. He just bum rushes you, tries to land overhands and shit like that. Doesn't really have technique at all. Just kind of relies on his power and his explosiveness to try and get at you. When he's on the back foot, he looks completely fucking helpless. He just tries to, shoot a takedown when he gets into the back foot, and I think or onto the back foot, and I think Volkan Oezdemir can defend that and pressure him back. Oezdemir, he has good boxing, good pressure. And I think he can clip Alonzo Menifield when Menifield's on the back foot, and he's kind of just waiting, kind of looking all lost. I think he can clip Menifield when he's on the back foot, and I think he can hurt him badly and finish him with that. So yeah, I'm going with Volkan Oezdemir by first round TKO. Moving on, we got Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. Now, as much as I fucking want to pick against Ian goddamn Gary, I'm going with Ian Gary, bro. I'm going with Ian Gary. If Bilal Muhammad can somehow pull this off, I will be a forever fan of him. I swear. If Bilal Muhammad, if you can hear me, if you're fucking watching this on YouTube, listening on this while you're doing whatever, bro, Ian Gary's a bump, bro. Well, if you can somehow hear me, if you can somehow pull this off on Saturday against Ian Gary, I will be a forever fan. I will never call you boring. I'll never switch up on you. If you somehow do this, I will be so fucking amazed. But yeah, I think Ian Gary, being realistic, I think Ian Gary will win this fight by unanimous decision. He's just more technical than Bilal on the feet, and I think he can defend the takedowns of Bilal and deter Bilal from shooting with his movement. Ian Gary, that's something he does. He does use lateral movement and kind of, hop in and out and stuff like that. Moves his feet a lot, uses a lot of footwork, and I think that'll stifle the wrestling and the shooting of Bilal Muhammad and kind of cause him to think a little bit more. And I think he can also outpoint Bilal Muhammad with the kicks, to use like leg kicks, use teeps, use the oblique kicks that he uses, and head kicks as well. Set those up too. I think he can set that up on Bilal Muhammad, who is kind of just like, a boxer, burly, boxing heavy and wrestling heavy. Kind of two-dimensional. He kind of just boxes with you or just wrestles with you and tries to push a pace on you. And I think Ian Gary, he can handle all of that. Maybe not the pace, since he did slow down when he fought Carlos Prates. Ian Gary, yeah, he did slow down like in the fifth round when he fought Carlos Prates, and maybe Bilal Muhammad can kind of come back with that. But for most of the fight, I think Ian Gary would just keep Bilal at range, teep him, leg kick him, oblique kick him, and whenever it gets into the boxing, kind of just clip him and then move out of the long combinations of Bilal Muhammad, and also defend the takedowns when it comes to that. So yeah, I got Ian Gary by unanimous decision. Maybe he'll lose the fifth round. But yeah, moving on. We got the main event. I didn't even say co-main event when I fucking covered that fight. We got the main event of the evening. We got fucking Arman Tsarukyan versus Daniel Hooker. Daniel Bartholomew Hooker. I got fucking Arman Tsarukyan by unanimous decision. I think first off, when Dan Hooker fought Gamrot, he got dropped by Gamrot, which is surprising. And fucking Arman, he hits harder than Gamrot. So I do see Dan Hooker getting dropped in this fight. Maybe he's a bit more concussed than from when Gamrot hit him. Maybe he goes like completely onto his back, but I think Arman, he can push the grappling on Hooker. I am concerned about how Arman's gonna close distance on Hooker. Hooker, he does have that knee up the middle, and he does like feint it when he goes up against wrestlers to kind of deter him. But I think Arman, he'll also get tagged a bit when he's trying to close distance. But ultimately, I think Arman, he has more cardio in the grappling than Hooker. When it comes to the grappling with Hooker in the later rounds, he will slow down a lot with the grappling. He will, when he gets taken down in the later rounds, he will like just kind of scoot his back to the fence and stay there to kind of catch his breath and catch a breather. And Arman on the other side he will shoot, he will scramble in like round 5 and shit. When he fought on Gamrot, he'll grapple hard in round 5 as well. While Hooker will not. He will kind of tire out. He'll throw punches at you till like the end of time, because that's just the kind of guy he is. But when it comes to the grappling, he will like slow down and catch his breath in the later rounds when it comes to that. And I think fucking Arman, he's more I would say he's more durable than Gamrot. I don't think Arman will be that stifled to the power to where he'll like back up like Gamrot did, to where he'll back up against the fence and shit and like kind of let Hooker tee off on him. So yeah, I got Arman by unanimous decision. And that is my picks. Those are my picks for this fight card. Kind of fell out of it, not even gonna lie. I gotta do more fucking videos. Now that I'm Diego Lopez Maxing in the gym. I'm blockheading out. I'm robbing in the gym. I gotta do more of these videos. How would y'all feel about like me discussing like stalling and cheating and shit in MMA? But yeah, those are my picks for this card. I got Arman, Ian Gary, Volkan Oezdemir, Jack Hermansson, Sergey Spivak, Sigir Ulanbekov, Luke Riley, Sagid Uzagakmaev, Alex Perez, sneaky little underdog, Abdul Rahman Yakyov, got Taporia, fucking Nerdayev, Shamrock, and Denzel Freeman. I keep on saying fucking Denzel Freeman. Jeez. So yeah, those are my picks. Hope you guys enjoyed the fights this weekend. Early gang up top. I'm not guarantee I'll be this early next fight card. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this and don't take this for granted, you know, smell the roses and shit like that, as Izzy says. Smell this video, let this marinate. Cause I'm not sure y'all will be getting this again or anytime soon, at least. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys have a great night, wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I will be posting my instant reaction to this card when it as soon as it ends. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe for that. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.